Yeah, goodness. It must be crazy out there today. Okay, well, let's move on. Maybe I'm going to make 4 Negronis today, so maybe I'm going to need these. All right, so anyway, hopping on last week. So we made the Aperol Spritz and we made a Negroni Sbagliato, an oops Negroni, because it's much lighter. So it's interesting. Now this week we're making a proper Negroni because again, you notice how these cocktail classes are building on each other, right? So we started with simple cocktails with booze, sweet, sour. And then last week we added bitters and we opened a whole new world with bitters. And now we're building on that even more. We're gonna make the classic Negroni. So we're hanging on to our Campari here. And then I have wonderful Negroni variations. So if you're just joining us, hello, welcome, hello from Hawaii. Oh my goodness, I wish I were with you. I had to turn the lights on today. It's so dark here in Portland. So, okay, ciao Aldoretti, piacere. My dad's here, everybody. Yay. Now I'm gonna make it a great class. So again, for your classic Negroni, this is a ubiquitous cocktail, right? This is a beautiful, masculine, but delicious cocktail. It's from, it was invented in 1919 when a certain Count Negroni walked into a bar. I'm not telling a joke, right? Count Negroni walks into a bar and he says, I do not want the usual Americano, which is just basically Campari, vermouth, and soda water. He said, I need something più forte. I need something stronger. And the Negroni was invented for Count Negroni because it has Campari, vermouth, and instead of soda water, gin. So add a little bit of orange to that and you have a fantastic cocktail. So that is your classic Negroni. And I thought I would start today with that. So again, a beautiful cocktail that's nice and bitter. And a Negroni is super easy and it's nice and sophisticated, right? It's stirred, not shaken, as we have been doing with previous cocktails. So, and it's super easy to remember. So a classic Negroni will have 1 ounce of Campari. And you guys feel free to make it straight into your glass. I'm going to make mine first into a beaker with ice and chill it before I serve it. That's again a very classic way of doing it. So your mileage may vary. So I have 1 ounce of Campari and that is the bitter. Now let's add the sweet, which is going to be a rosso vermouth, sweet vermouth. If you don't have rosso, you can use bianco, you can use white, but that's known as a dry vermouth, whereas we need a little bit of sweetness here. So again, equal amounts, 1 ounce of vermouth, and then finally 1 ounce of gin. I'm using, again, I'm breaking into the St. George gin, terroir gin. I love it because it's made in California, so semi-local, right? At St. George's in Alameda. And this particular gin is really nice. It's sagey. It's evocative of the ocean. Sagey, junipery. It's a gorgeous gin. So equal amounts. So I've got equal amounts of Campari, gin, and vermouth. And now you want to chill the cocktail down. Oh dear, and I just broke my vessel. So, never mind here. Let's see. I'm gonna go right into the glass instead. So, classic Negroni. That was a Negroni Sbagliato. Ha ha ha. All right, so I'm gonna then put my big cube of ice into my into the glass, and then once again I've got 1 ounce of vermouth, 1 ounce of Campari, and 1 ounce of gin. So equal amounts of each for a Negroni. And this cocktail again is stirred, not shaken. And why you see that I have a big cube in here is I want my cocktail to be cold and chilled, but I don't want it to get too watered down from the ice. So gently using a spoon or a cocktail spoon, you can kind of cool down your Negroni this way. And gorgeous. And you can feel on the side of the glass as it begins to get frosty and it begins to get chill that your Negroni will be ready to imbibe. It's really as simple as that. But we need our garnish, and this is very important because a Negroni goes very well with orange, yeah? And you've got different options here, guys. So last week, I showed you on the Negroni sbagliato how to make a long, beautiful curl. So today, for your Negroni, we're gonna do, for each cocktail, we'll do something a little bit different. So for this particular Negroni, yeah, I'm just gonna make a regular twist. So let's see what I've got here. I can just use a paring knife, or I can use a peeler, and just a little bit of pith for the flavor and a little bit of the rind. What's important here when you add your twist to your drink, that you wanna release the essential oils into your cocktail, but then you also wanna rub all around the rim of your glass with that twist and pop it in. Some people like a full orange wheel, but I like just the flavor of the essential oils from the zest. I think that's marvelous. And magnifico. Here you have, oh my gosh, it's so wonderful. Your classic Negroni. Chin chin. Now, I thought we could play a little bit because there are some really fantastic variations on the Negroni. So let's go ahead and also make what's called a boulevardier. That is a Negroni that you replace the gin with bourbon. And I think for this particular drink, it goes very nicely with a flaming orange peel. So I would like to show you how to do that. Again, the essential oils are in the zest, and when you squeeze that and you light it on fire, you get a burnt orange flavor. Don't you think that would be marvelous with the bourbon? I do. So, hey everybody, if you're just joining, today is all about the Negroni and variations on the Negroni. So, I'll get another glass here for my boulevardier. And once again, the ratios are super simple and you can't forget them. I love that. So we're gonna go again. An ounce of Campari, an ounce of sweet vermouth. So we have the bitter, now we have the sweet from a red vermouth. And instead of using the gin, I'm using a bourbon. So I've got the New Riff bourbon that I've been using in previous classes. This is a really wonderful single barrel bourbon from our folks in Kentucky, a family that produce beautiful bourbons, gins, whiskeys. So we've been having a lot of fun with New Riff. So again, an equal amount. So instead of gin, I will do an ounce of bourbon. And just like before, take a little bit of time to stir your cocktail and cool it down to the appropriate temperature. So I don't know, maybe at least 10 or 15 seconds, maybe a little bit more. And again, you can see the side of the glass beginning to get nice and frothy. Your cocktail is lovely and palatable. Yeah, Kirsten, I'm glad. I know you like bourbon. So yeah, it is. It's a really fun twist and a very classic cocktail too. The boulevardier. Boulevardier. Perfect. So I want to show you guys how to flame an orange peel because that's kind of fun too. So, and I'm sure you've seen some bartenders do it. So last week we were talking about the different parts of the orange and how to go about getting twists and curls and wheels. So just like last week, I'm gonna get what I call a coin, but it's a small disc of orange. My orange is pretty old, so I hope it flames up for you. Let's give it a try. Hey Jenny, nice to see you. Aha, oh, somebody said, what about a mezcal instead? Yeah, I actually have that here in my notes to tell you guys about. So instead of using the bourbon, you would do 1 part Campari, 1 part Rosso, 1 part mezcal. A delicious variation on the Negroni. Thanks for saying that. All right, perfect. So I've got my disc here, and you'll see it has a little pith on one side. That's good. A little bit of the bitter pith is nice. And I have all the essential oils that live in here. So you probably have seen bartenders do this different ways. Some will get out a lighter and then ignite the peel over your drink, which I think is best not to do because lighters have butane and I don't want that to flavor my cocktail. I only want this lovely burnt orange oil to flavor my cocktail. So get yourself out some matches. And here I have just a book of matches. So strike your match. And the first thing we're gonna do is let some of that sulfur burn off, right? We don't wanna imbibe that either. And I'll do another one over my cocktail because I want you guys to see. So, and you probably see bartenders making a big show of this. They will, oops, my match is going out. Let me get another one. They'll warm the citrus a little bit first. Oops, let me get that sulfur out, perfect. You can warm a little bit till it gets a little bit nice and shiny. You could even do the other side a little bit. And then grab hold and you're going to squeeze. There we go, you see that? So that kind of, as the essential oil passes through the flame and onto your drink, you get those burnt essential oils. Let me get one more. I'm gonna do it one more time, but this time over my cocktail instead of to the camera. So it might not look as dramatic, but I want the deliciousness of the burnt orange with the bourbon in my boulevardier. So again, I'm gonna warm up the orange peel here over my cocktail, and then with a nice grip and one big squeeze, yeah, woo, let those essential oils pass into your cocktail. And then once again, don't forget, rub the orange zest all around the rim of your drink, and in it goes, and that's Negroni numero 2. Also delicious. I have to say, I'm not so much of a fan of bourbon. Some of my Hipcooks teachers know that. For me, it's a little bit sweet. So right now, the classic for me is beating the one made with bourbon. But let's move on. Someone has suggested using mezcal, so you have to let us know how that worked out. Another thing you can do is, if you don't have gin, you can use vodka. You can use you can make a negroshka, if you will. So, and I have here, there's a classic one called an orange Negroni, actually. So if you really like that citrus forward type of Negroni, you can use, here I have also by St. George. This is it's called because I know this is backwards for you guys. This is a citrus flavored vodka. So again, you would use 1 part citrus vodka, 1 part Campari, and 1 part of the vermouth for, and then probably a nice orange wheel inside that for an orange Negroni. What I'm gonna make next, and I can't wait, those of you guys who have been joining our cocktail sessions from the beginning, I'm gonna call you like, the old school Instagrammers with me, so for the Saturday Shakedowns, one of the very first cocktails we made was a sage rush using grapefruit from my sister's garden. We made the Greyhound and then we made the sage rush. So this is the very last one. And for me, I love the combination of flavors that are in Campari with grapefruit. Don't you love that combo? I do so much. In fact, in the next cookbook that I'm writing, so that's called The Sip and a Nibble, at the end of one of our chapters, we have a Campari and grapefruit sorbet. So wonderful, so refreshing, and just a few little, you can serve it in a cocktail glass, and it's like a frozen, delicious, sophisticated cocktail. I love it. So the next variation on the Negroni that I'm going to make right now is a grapefruit Negroni. So by now, I suspect you all remember the ratios, don't you? Yes? So we have, how much Campari? 1 ounce. Good. Into the glass it goes. And sweet vermouth, red vermouth, again, 1 more ounce. And gin, I'll take 1 ounce. And then finally, let's do 1 ounce of grapefruit. Oh, let's see, am I gonna be able to get some zest off this? It's getting so old and it's been zested. There we go. All right, so put this in here. Wonderful. So I'm gonna throw in 1 ounce of fresh grapefruit juice. I love that combination. And again, I can now do my ice to cool things down. Try not to spill, precious liquid. And then once again, we'll stir from a little bit. And here we are. Okay, and if people have questions, yeah, feel free to ask. Okay, there we go. Hey, Downtown Mom, nice to see you. Kirsten, you like this version? Yeah. So again, it's basically your classic Negroni, 1 to 1 to 1, with an added ounce of grapefruit. And then here too, I just have a tiny bit, but a little is better than none. Love your Negroni. Run that zest all around the rim of the glass, extract any of those beautiful essential oils, and oh, this is a beautiful combination and I love it. Yeah, there's a question here if you can use Aperol instead. Sure, they are so similar though. Another thing that you can make though, if you're not a fan of Campari, for a Negroni is you can make what's called a white Negroni, and I love the white Negroni. That uses Suze, which I busted out last week. It was in our introduction of bitters. So I use Suze, white vermouth, and gin, and that's really delicious. And thank you, Aldo, for chiming in. Yeah, she can use Aperol, of course. I recommend Suze as well. It's got this really, it's nice and bitter and herbaceous, but if you don't care for Campari, you can make a white Negroni with that. And you could use also grapefruit or orange peel in there. So finally, this is a cocktail I've never made yet, and it's been grapefruit for the win, yes. Oh, wait till you have this next one. Here's one that I haven't made yet, but I am so excited to make because it's been actually on my bucket list for a while. I don't know why I haven't gotten around to it, but this is, for me, it's a perfect cocktail because it's a depressant and a stimulant at the same time. Let's make a coffee Negroni. I'm going there. So once again, let's do our Campari. You guessed it, the ratios. It's basically 1 to 1 to 1. And those are the classic ratios. You can play at home with ratios that you like a little bit better. You can always cut down on the Campari and Aperol and up the sweetness by using, say, instead of 1 ounce, 7.75 of Campari, and then 1 ounce, and then another ounce of gin, or 1.5 of gin. So you can play like that. Guess what? You're allowed. All right, so then I have an ounce of gin in there. And then finally, from my little cafetiere here, I have an ounce, and I made it this morning, so it's nice and cold. I have an ounce of espresso. Wonderful. This, I think, also would just be fantastic with the flamed orange. Even, oh my gosh, you'll see if you go to blog hipcooks.com and you look at our how-tos, you'll see that I have some orange peel that I dip in dark chocolate. Wouldn't an orange peel in dark chocolate be excellent with this cocktail? I think so. So again, this is a coffee Negroni. So your basic 1:1:1 ratio with an added shot of espresso. And then one more time, I'm gonna get a nice coin from my orange, and I am going to light it on fire. If I haven't soaked my matches, there we go. So again, I'm letting the sulfur die. I'm just gonna warm my orange peel a little bit, get it at about a 45-degree angle to my cocktail, and then con gusto, a little hard to see, and there we go. I get some of that burnt orange essence on the cocktail here, and run around the rim. I love it. This is my coffee Negroni. So I have to say, if I were to rank them today, I love a classic Negroni so much. So that would be one of my favorites. But the coffee Negroni is really interesting and fantastic. I'll do the grapefruit. I'm gonna take a picture of all of them. Yum. And I will add them all to the recipes. So you can always find recipes from our Saturday Shakedown at blog.hipcooks.com, and just go to beverages. So under the hamburger menu, find beverages, and there are all the recipes. And great, I'm gonna get to all your questions in just a second. That's also where you can find all of our virtual classes. So please come join us. Our classes are so much fun. We have a full June schedule all posted. We've got a great lineup, so please come and see us. Oh, hello, my sister's just coming on. So welcome, Andy. I'll be sure to send you the video from today, but we're making these wonderful Negronis. We made a classic Negroni, a boulevardier Negroni, a grapefruit Negroni, and a coffee Negroni. So they're all really fantastic. I love them. So hop on to our blog, and I'm going to invite, let's see, if any teachers would like to hop on with me. I'd love to hear about your live stream classes that you guys have coming up, and love to tell you about mine. Oh, most important for people that are still with me, stay. Please take a picture of your Negroni, or take a picture of your setup, and tag a friend, follow us on Instagram, post to Instagram, tag Hipcooks. I'm going to be picking 5 of you and invite you to our next live stream class on cocktails for free. So please go ahead and take pictures, and you are welcome to join us. So, and that includes family and friends. So go for it. Let's see. I'd love to invite any of my teachers. So Kirsten, if you're here, or if anyone would like to hop on with me, we can share screen and I can see your cocktail today. Otherwise, be sure to take a picture and let us know which Negroni was your favorite. I think I probably need to make the mezcal Negroni as well, especially because someone asked. Oh, and to answer your question too about fruit. Someone was talking about blackberries, raspberries, also strawberries. I wouldn't necessarily add them to a classic Negroni, but I would add them to a Negroni sbagliato. So omit the gin and instead use a bit of Prosecco or sparkling wine. And what you can do first is you can muddle the berries in your cocktail shaker, add a shot of Campari, a shot of vermouth, and about 3 ounces worth of Prosecco on the top. And that would make a very light, summer, lovely cocktail. You can also add a little bit of bubbly water to the top and make it a little bit less strong. So that's an option too. So I hope that answered your question. Let me know if you guys have any other questions, and I'll hang on for just a quick minute. Okay, and no, I don't have my teachers on with me today, so that's okay. All right. Surf Suds, I don't know if you're a Hipcooks teacher or not, but oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Downtown Mom. I'm loving your posts, by the way, on Instagram. So unused Campari to good use. I know, pretty soon you're gonna find that you won't have any more Campari left because the Negronis are so delicious. So thank you guys. If you loved the video today, please consider a donation to our Venmo Hipcook Teacher Relief Fund. We would sure appreciate it. Oh, Joe, you're here. Oh, yeah, we'll have to test that together. Okay. And Kirsten is with us in spirit. Cheers to you, Kirsten. Thank you so much. Flaming oranges for Hillary. I want to see your pictures, Hillary. And by the way, your chances of winning a live stream Hipcooks class are very high. So please take pictures, tag us. I'm loving the interaction, so it'd be wonderful to see you guys that way. Okay, so cheers to you all. Salud. And I'm looking forward to next week's cocktail. I'm gonna have to dream up what we're gonna make. So thank you, everyone. Thank you.